Now you were elected before, but was this is tough for you, or was it easier? You've already been
no,
in.
it was tough because every campaign is tough because you have to give your best, and you don't want to grandstand, and you have to work hard and answer questions and try to be a lady at the same time. Sometimes it's very hard to be a lady.
Yes.
But
was it just as good for you as it was before?
the feeling was a better feeling because I didn't hear what he said, and no one knew it was probably a smarty pants thing. But
we worked really hard at that.
But the feeling was so good because when I got elected the last time, it was, because I'd run before, and then it was like people were saying, well, you know what, we'll give her a chance.
Third time, charm.
Yeah, third time was charm. But they said, okay, so we'll give her a chance. So that felt good.
Yeah.
But this time felt spectacular because it's like I've proven myself, and they said, okay, we gave you a chance before. Now we know that you're a good worker and that you're out to work for us, like you said you would do. You would want to represent us, and so we're going to give you the chance to come back. And so it's a really, really good feeling. Yeah.
And you're back for 6 terms now. What are you doing so spectacular?
Well,
I want to know everything you do.
Well, I think we've been successful. I mean, my job really is to try. Sometimes I feel like I'm a director, in front of the musicians. You got 6 people on the council, and I tell people. Matter of fact, we were talking about this yesterday with some folks. If you look at the council, I mean, there's 2 people there that are entrepreneurs that know what it's like to run businesses and do bottom lines. We got 2 lawyers. We got a nuclear engineer and a PhD chemist. There are communities across the state that would die for that. I mean, I think the talent that's resident in the city is incredible when you look, particularly across the region. And my job sometimes sometimes like herding cats, just try to get the council going in one direction and keep them moving in one direction. Because I'm the math major. I have to count up to 4 every time. Get 4 people going in one direction. But like I say, it sounds silly, but I often say that we divide the world into 2 groups: people that live here and people that should. This is a great community, and you got great young guys coming in here that's all full of vim and vigor, and going to get engaged, and that's what for a city to be strong and continue to be strong, there's got to be multiple generations, and one generation leading into another. Look back at the people that really got the community started back in the 60s. They really converted a development into a community. And I see it as our task to take that community and just make it bigger, better, and stronger so that everybody that decides to move to Bowie is happy with that decision. And you can say all the other rhetorical excesses about what we want to do. But to me, the bottom line is if you decide to move here, our job is to make you feel like that was the best decision you ever made.
This was your first time, Tony. Did you feel kind of down yesterday when you didn't get it, or?
No.
Were you positive?
He's used to playing for a football team. So he knows how.
Yeah.
He's
a team that we're not going to mention
again.
here.
My Cowboys.
Well, no, because when you look at it, when you put in perspective, the 7 members on the board, the 2 at-large members.
Yes.
Probably the best 2 at-large members that you can put together. They ran an excellent campaign. They're well known. They're well liked. They're good at what they do. So I was up against 2 great people, and for me to get 11% of the vote,
that was good.
First time out in on 8 short weeks. That's, I credit my wife for sticking by me.
Yeah.
I credit my campaign manager for being there, my treasurer. And my mom, she fixed us some good breakfast.
Mention their names. Go ahead.
It's Merrill Heath, my mom, my campaign manager, Chester Bennett.
Okay.
My wife, Elizabeth Faber Kennedy.
Okay.
And, my mom, she got yesterday morning and fixed us a great breakfast about 5 o'clock.
Oh.
Wait a minute, were you invited to breakfast?
Not me.
I wasn't invited to breakfast.
I thought you said we were family.
He kept it to himself.
So it's great. I mean, the people here were good. I thank the 1,000 folks who did vote for me because
that's wonderful.
It was hard work. It was hard work in these campaigns, and
it's a little lonely walking the streets by yourself sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I must say that I faded as the youngest person. I faded before them.
Did you?
Yeah. At the end of the night, they were still going. I faded before them. That's something I guess you have to learn.
You have to learn.
So it was good. It was good. It was a fun day. I'm happy that now I'm here.
You get your foot in the door now.
You know, by the way, you know, Kennedy, a name you can trust.
Exactly. Hope so.
Yeah.
You know, we need to mention Dennis Brady.
Yeah, Dennis ran a
couldn't
good
come
campaign.
here today because he had to be at the job.
Yeah.
But
Dennis is our nuclear engineer, and I keep telling him, I said, you know, one day if you hear a loud noise, Dennis, don't pay attention to it. But
he
Dennis
looks
is
very intelligent, Mayor.
Dennis is a very
He's
bright guy.
Yeah.
And he's hardworking, he's very organized.
He's a brain with walking with 2 legs and 2 arms. He really
4 legs.
I was going to say 4. I'm tired too, Diane. I stayed up late last night.
Oh,
I had to know everything.
You listen to this whining, you know.
Well,
oh man, I had to stay up. I had to stay up late last
Cheese
night.
with that wine?
No. I didn't even have any wine. I was so tired.
Yeah.
But
no,
Dennis did really well.
Dennis ran a good. Dennis is a very organized guy. You know, sometimes I call him Mr. Spock. You know, because you know, like if we're trying to figure out something, and you know, we'll kind of round off. He says, no, it's not 37%. It's 37.625432.7%.
Oh my goodness!
But he's like I say, he's very good. He brings a real intellect to the process. He's a very analytical guy. I'd like to, you know, inject him sometimes with some more humor, but
he's very in business.
He's an intense guy,
yes,
you know, and his wife Kathy is one of the most charming, pleasant people you'll ever meet.
She just won an award. Kathy just got a nice award for legislation.
Legislative effort for her professional group,
yeah.
but. Like I said, Dennis is actually the dean of the council, meaning he's the senior in service.
How many terms is this for him?
This guy, he's got must have 8 or 9.
Long time.
I think this must be his 8th or 9th term.
My goodness!
But and he's got he's got a good grasp of the substance of stuff. You know, like the budget and where we are going. You know how what the effects of change are. But like I say, he did a good job. Geraldine is very bright. You know, she brings that lawyer's perspective, you know, to the table, which is for me when I'm trying to get things done is sometimes a bit frustrating because God bless the lawyers. I love the lawyers, but
especially you don't have to pay for them, right?
No. See, I'm a kind of a straightforward guy. Says,
Okay.
here's the problem. Here are the alternatives. Let's pick an alternative and go
one
forward.
And make it work.
And you know, we got 2 lawyers on the
Really?
got she and Todd. And you know, then it must be. It's either genetic or something that gets in their DNA. You know, when they go to law school, where they sit there and say, "Well, wait a minute, let's analyze this minute little detail." But they're very focused on substantive issues like that. So, I mean, let's get it done and move on to the next item.
What do you think? How your husband helps you so much? He's a great guy.
Oh my gosh, he's
wonderful?
He's an amazing guy, and can't thank him enough for all the work he does for me. And
this is our stalker.
Our stalker, yeah.
Yeah, he's a streetwalker.
Yeah, no. Fred is the street. Fred and I are the streetwalkers.
Okay.
Abba's the pimp.
He would follow us along.
He's the stalker. You know, he would drive behind us.
Yeah.
And let us know which house we had to hit, and especially if I was walking the streets by myself.
Oh my God!
You know, he wanted to make sure I was safe because people will invite you in their home.
Oh gosh!
And then he's like, well, you know, you've been in the home how long? Should I knock on the door? You know, but he did. He kept us, and then we'd jump on the running boards and you'd go down. You know, if you had like a space of 6 or 7 houses, so that you could cover more. And you know, with that and. He's also, you know, as an architect, very methodical about the numbers and but he really worked very hard at
well, he told me yesterday,
selection.
every house that was in your district, you went there.
Every house, yeah.
Every house you knocked on the doors and you got to talk. How did the 92-year-old lady do? Did you get to have tea with her?
Oh yeah, she's so. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. I've got like a brand new aunt or something. She's very, very sweet, and I'm going to stop in tomorrow, not today, because I'm just white. But tomorrow, I'm just going to stop in and talk with her.
But she voted by what, proxy?
She voted absentee.
Absentee ballot.
Because she can't drive or anything anymore. But she so wanted. It was so nice. I mean, she wanted to vote, so she voted absentee. I had somebody who came off vacation and came home so that they could vote. I had another woman who's in her early 80s who walked all the way from the end of Kembridge Drive, walked with her cane with that little 4 prongs on the bottom to vote for me. And then she was
that's
walking home, and I said, "You can't walk home. I'll drive you home." I was shocked she was walking. "Oh no, it's not that bad." And I'm thinking it must take you an hour. So anyhow, Geraldine's husband PJ took her home. So you know, everybody worked as a cohesive unit, and it's very nice. You're right. It's the only election you're really running with your neighbors. You're right about that. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Friends and neighbors.
Yeah.